Most of you already know that I have dealt with so much stress regarding dealing with the online world. I do find myself a very sensitive person, maybe too sensitive for the online world. And when it comes to coping or dealing with this, I'm going to go through like 3 things that help me do a digital detox and help me live a life without worrying about likes or being liked. So the first thing is that I have tried different platforms, and every platform is different, I think, for everybody regarding like the vibe. For me, Instagram and TikTok were, I think, the worst. Especially TikTok was the worst. People were very rude on there, commenting on my round face, my nose, why don't I wear makeup, I look weird. The look situation on TikTok, I don't find it like a fun environment or relaxed environment. And the same thing goes for Instagram. I feel like everybody wants things to look super, super perfect. I feel like Instagram is the video version of Pinterest. I just never had luck with those 2 platforms, so what I decided to do is not be on those platforms anymore. I deleted my accounts. I've deleted Instagram so many times, and I'm like, let me go back on. Let me try to fix my whole online career, and it just never works out. I do want to say, again, I am a sensitive person, and I do take negative comments to heart, which I'm working on that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I just couldn't take the pressure from all of these platforms at once either. It's not just the negative comments, it's you gotta post different on TikTok, post different videos on Instagram, and then YouTube. And I just mentally, I couldn't do it. So in order for me to do a digital detox forever, is I don't go on TikTok and I don't go on Instagram and I don't have accounts on there. I decided to stick with YouTube, mainly because this is my, right now, still my full-time income. Very, very low money, and I've talked about that too, which has made my confidence level go down significantly. I don't really give out like numbers or anything like that, but I am a huge, huge advocate for not doing sponsorships, for not accepting gifted products. I feel like you guys are advertised enough, and I want people to come to my channel for more relaxed and different vibe. So with that all being said, I kept YouTube, and I have been trying to care less of what people say in the comment section about me in my videos. Even if I wear the same shirt every freaking time in a video, like, I've learned to adapt to the lifestyle that I'm living, and I've learned to not care about likes, comments, and just post what I want to post on here, as long as it represents like the channel, you know, minimalism and saving money and just living a more relaxed, simple life. That's all I really care about. So I did do a huge, huge declutter with my channel. I got rid of all of my cooking videos. I got rid of all of my vlog, day in the life, self-care videos. I tried so many types of videos to try to make this channel work and try to make more money back in the day too, and it just didn't work. So I've come to the realization a long time ago that I belong at a regular job and doing this on the side. And that's, you know, I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad or anything like that, but this is what's helped me not be obsessed with the online world and not be obsessed with living my life by likes and kind of stepping away from social media. I find myself like, I don't watch anybody on YouTube. I treat this as a job. I record videos, post them, you know, things like that, answer comments, and that's it. My main thing these days is to just focus more on myself. So even if you don't do this as a job, my biggest tip when it comes to digital detox with social media is to sign out or deactivate your accounts for a while. That way you can just focus on yourself and not focus on watching other people constantly and wondering what they're doing. And I was getting a little obsessive with wanting my life to be like other minimalist YouTubers and wondering like a bunch of things, like why don't people watch me? Maybe people don't watch my videos because I don't look like her, I don't have a nice place, my hair is always a mess, I don't wear makeup, I am on the heavier side. Again, it was a negative spiral every time I was online. So what helped me was to take a step back, treat this as a job. Like literally when you go to a job, what do? You clock in, you do your work, and then you clock out, and then that's it. You go about your life after work. So that's how I've been treating YouTube. And I know, again, this is not everybody's job, but you could take a break. You could treat it like a job. You could give yourself, I don't know, clock in, give yourself like an hour or a half hour, watch your favorite content creators if you want, and then clock out, get off, sign out or deactivate your account and take a break. Because I feel like now more than ever, we are all way too obsessed with social media. And people are going through high lengths to create this fabricated life in order to get views and likes. We're in a very different, weird era regarding the online world. So I'm glad that I took myself out of that equation and found a more relaxed lifestyle regarding the online world. Now, when it came to negative comments, because negative comments for me stay in my head. I could get like 40 amazing, beautiful comments, but it will be that 1 or 2 comments that are so rude and nasty that will stay in my head for weeks or months. So I do see a therapist. I've been seeing my therapist since last November, and it's been such a great experience. I see her once a week for an hour, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to do something like that. I'm grateful that she's kind. That was another thing. I was, looking for a therapist is hard because you have to find someone that you click with. So I'm really happy that she's kind and she listens and she gives me a lot of tips regarding my job. And I was hesitant to share what I do for a living because I have been judged, not treated poorly, but belittled because of this job. So, whether it's with landlords, whether it's with tax people, like I have learned to keep my mouth shut and not say much about this job. Especially where I live, it's not like a normal job. So anyways, there's been a lot of negative feedback with me doing this, and negative comments and things like that, and messages makes me have like a negative self-talk. It just wasn't healthy. So my therapist has helped me so much with navigating my life without likes, and we have came up with a solution of like, if you deal with a negative comment, take a couple deep breaths, block that person, delete the comment, and just constantly remind yourself that like what they're saying is not true. It's not true, and they're probably just going through their own thing. So I try my best to think of that other person that's leaving the negative comment. I know that sounds so weird, but I think of that other person where it's like maybe they're going through a really hard time and they're just taking it out on me, or not just me, maybe even other people online. So again, if you don't even do this job and you get negative comments under your comments, like some people argue within comment sections of other videos, try not to take those comments personal. Try not to take any comments personal. I have gone way too far with taking comments personal, and it has made me change my perspective a lot with the online world. And especially with me being very self-conscious these days of my weight, my finances, I don't feel as beautiful as I used to, and I don't feel as confident as I used to. So there's a lot of personal things that I'm going through. I noticed that all the negativity I've dealt with online with these 8 years, I am far more closed. I'm a closed book rather than like being open and sharing my life online or sharing what I'm going through. I found that the negativity has kind of closed me, and not just with online, but the results of the negativity from social media has made me not even tell my family members what's going on because I'm afraid of being judged. So therapy has helped out so much regarding my digital detox. In November, I actually talked to my therapist about like, I don't want to be on Instagram, I don't want to be on TikTok, I don't want my life to revolve around social media anymore, even though this is my current job. We do strategies back and forth on how to go about this, and that's when I came to the realization that I need to do this on the side and not do this full time, because it's just not for me. If you guys want me to go more in detail with that, on how I don't think social media should ever be someone's full-time job, let me know down below, because I just don't think this is worth the negativity, the up and down with your money. I don't think it's worth having this as a full-time job at all. I did this for like 5 years as full-time, and I cannot wait till the day that I get out of this, because it has definitely made me hate being online. So best thing for me was therapy, and realizing that you can't listen to all of those negative comments because they're not true. And I know that's common sense, but it does take time for it to click in your head, especially for someone like me that's an overthinker. Even when I do videos like this where I have no script or anything, I end up deleting them because I'm like, I overthink. Like, all right, I talk too much, I'm not making sense, delete, I'll figure out something else for a different video. Like, I've deleted so many videos because I'm just overthinking too much. So you can just imagine what negative comments do to my mind. So this has been really helpful, and it's nice to, I know it sounds crazy, but it's nice to have just negative comments on one platform and not have negative comments. Like back then I would have negative comments on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, my email. Now my email is hidden. I don't have Instagram and TikTok, and the only negative comments I have once in a while, I would say now, is my YouTube channel, and that's about it. So that has helped me out a lot with my whole digital detox situation and focusing on just one platform. The last thing that I actually did, and I know this video isn't really like, what probably won't be as helpful for most of you out there, but maybe for those that are dealing with like social media obsession. But the one thing that helped me out was, one, doing videos ahead. So most of my videos you guys are seeing is like 3 months behind. Like, I recorded them 3 months ago. So I try to stay 3 months ahead, and that gives me time. Like, I know this is my full-time job. It doesn't pay like a full-time job, not even part-time, maybe per diem. But this gives me clarity regarding, not being online as often. And again, I know this is not everyone's job, but another thing that helped me out was I took 2 to 3 weeks off. I didn't post. I would one time, I think it was either in January or December, and that was a real, like, even though I took a huge like pay cut, that was a nice refreshing break from social media, and realizing like there's more out there in the world than just what we see on these screens. I feel like a lot of us had forgotten that there's more to life than social media. There's more to life than liking pictures and commenting on videos. There's more out there. And this is something that I had a realization with. Also, when it comes to like celebrity gossip and obsessing over how you look, there's so much more that comes with the online world. I don't do any of that. I used to love celebrity gossip when I was in my early 20s, go online, see what's going on. I used to obsess over my looks, the shape of my body because of online. I mean, let's face it, the online world is our new magazines. And when you take a step back, when you take a break from social media or from the online world in general, you will be amazed on like how much you don't really need it. And that was something that I felt like, wow, I'm really, really grateful that I took the 3 weeks off, or I think it was 2 or 3 weeks off. Even though it was a pay cut, I was like, you know what? I can live without this. Like, if I wanted to quit YouTube, I wouldn't be as sad as I thought I would be. Sometimes I felt like, oh, well, I'm letting you guys down. But at the same time, you do have to think of yourself when it comes to the toxic part of the online world. Sometimes it's just too much for people, including myself, and you need either a break or you just don't need to be online. For an example, my partner, not a fan of the online world. He never, ever, ever goes on social media. He doesn't have social media accounts. He focuses on his day-to-day life, his business, investments. He focuses on, you know, things like that, his family. He could care less what's going on online, and I envy him so much with that, because I want to get to that point one day where maybe I can have like a year of like videos recorded and I can take a year off being online. You guys will still have content, but I won't have to be online. I know I'm a little bit all over the place with this video, but these are the things that have helped me out so much with my digital detox and living a life without likes, and focusing on what I like, and focusing on not sharing every little detail of my life. I honestly love the person that I am becoming. I know I still have a lot of work to do with my therapist, but I love the person that I am becoming. I'm becoming a more relaxed person and less negative, all due to me taking this one step of not being obsessive online and not being obsessive with the comments. And obviously there's other things too, but the online world has definitely put a damper on my mental health and a lot of other things, where I never thought that it would do this. I honestly thought that everything was going to be rainbows and cupcakes and flowers. You know, in the beginning of my channel, you guys would probably see the difference of like how I talked online and how more open I was. And I used to be excited to record videos and to be online, and I was so excited for my Instagram to grow, and then TikTok came around. I was just ready to like share everything, and now I'm the total opposite. I did like a 180 where I'm like, I'm grateful that I don't have social media platforms, just this, and that I don't spend every waking hour on my phone scrolling. I'm actually more present in my day-to-day life, whether it's playing with my cat, job searching, hanging out with family, FaceTiming with my sisters. Life is so much more fulfilling than relying on social media for comfort.